I don't want to start the show this morning on a sour note because being the bastard that I am and looking at life honestly and truthfully, there are a lot of emotional cripples out there. So what I'm about to say, maybe you want to stick your fingers in your ear for like 30 seconds because both newspapers today, this is a horrible story. Anytime somebody young dies suddenly, and it happens a lot. Athletes, they're in training, they're in a game or whatever, and all of a sudden they just keel over and they die. And they discover they had some kind of heart problem or some kind of a medical problem that nobody could have possibly discovered before. And that's nature. Oh, geez. Nature. A lot of you have bumper stickers on your cars or pickup trucks or whatever you're driving, your rig, your diesel thing that say crap happens. We can't say a shot happens. Can't say the real word because it's America. And that's really what life is all about. And these stories, now here on the front page of both of our newspapers today, even Dave Hyde has got a gut-wrenching story of a celebration of spirit about the kids from Boca High who went through and played their soccer game and won it yesterday. Nice going there, guys. Oh! Winning one for Vinny, for this kid that died the other day. And like I said, it's a horrible story, and we send our sympathies to the family and all of his friends, and I'm not a cold-hearted bastard, but it's just that every time something like this happens again, people say stupid things, and they do stupid things. For example, here on the front page of the Herald, winning one for Vinny. And here's one of the kids from the just scored a goal, and he's holding Ronnie. I don't want to go into the whole thing, okay? But anyway, Ronnie is holding his finger up toward the sky in honor of Vinny, who is allegedly up there somewhere. I don't want to get too graphic, but obviously he is not up there. He's pointing his finger in the wrong direction. But, of course, if he were pointing his finger down, the superstitious hocus-pocus people out there, oh, my God, he said he went to hell. No, that's not what that would mean. That would mean he's resting in a box in the ground comfortably somewhere, as in he's dead. But we do these things because, number one, we can't cope with death, especially the death of young people. But, number two, because we're emotional cripples and we can't deal with the fact that nature doesn't discriminate. Nature is relentless. It just keeps churning along. You heard that deal about the survival of the fittest? Well, guess what? That's the way it works. Natural selection, all these things. And whether you want to deal with it, it's not a very pleasant thought.
All of these things
are sometimes very cool and very, like I said, relentless. But that's, if you want to deal with philosophy, like I said, D and H do no harm, and nature is the nature. Crap happens. That's basically all you need. To become a little more emotionally fit as opposed to being the emotional cripples, which most people in America are. It's very sad. Maybe most people in the world are, I guess. Can't deal with death, and so you have to make up stories. Oh, he's in heaven now. There's no such thing as heaven. There's no such thing as hell. There's no such thing as the devil with a pitchfork. There's no purgatory, which is kind of like God's waiting room, I guess, or the devil's waiting room, all depending. Let me ask you, what happens with purgatory? How long do you hang out there? Does anybody know?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Yeah. It's very sad to me because and this is the way people deal with tragedy, with their sorrow, is they make up crap. And if it makes them feel better, I'm not going to take that away from them. But, geez, why does the media have to keep portraying these silly things? Because they're ridiculous.
All of these things.
Oh, he's in heaven. Now, he's not in heaven. There's nobody in heaven. Nature just keeps, like I said, and if you don't believe me, if you get to be old as I am, some of you are older, but most of you are probably younger, when you get to be my age and you've gone through all of the ailments and the prostate thing and the breast thing and whatever the hell you happen to be, and the fat and all the other things that you go through in life, you realize it's got nothing to do with God or the devil. It has to do with nature. That's all. All throughout history, you take a look at, man keeps intervening and screwing it up in every way he possibly can, but he can't hold it back. Can't stop it. Can't stop nature in its tracks. And nature doesn't pick on somebody because they're young or because they're old or because they're Jewish or because they're Catholic or because they're whatever, because they're good, because they're bad. They're evil. I remember years ago when I used to do those awful shows. And there was that one rabbi who wrote the book, Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? You don't have to make something convoluted out of this. You don't have to make it complicated. Bad things happen to some good people, and good things happen to some bad people because crap happens, that's all. Nature is not selective in that sense. Nature doesn't pick and choose who gets lucky or who gets, the heart attack. Genes have something to do with that, which is a part of nature. But that, again, is over and above all the hocus pocus. It has nothing to do with God, the devil, the tooth fairy, purgatory, any of that crap. See, this makes too much sense. You can't reduce things to something that makes so much sense. That's so easy. It's simple. It's not a pretty picture, but that's the way it is. So my philosophy of life is you do the best you can. D&H and do the best you can. Oh, my God, you're so simplistic. Yeah. You don't need all these philosophers, all these experts, all these rocket scientists. You do the best you can, that's all. And do no harm. Wow. Mr. Philosopher there, that's right. All this other hocus pocus and all this superstition and all this fantasy, just get into the real world, baby. People who are living on this planet right now ever got in the real world, man, it would be a hell of a lot better. It would be beautiful. It would be like almost a paradise hanging from your rearview mirror. But they just refuse to do it because they got to make up things to make them feel better. Okay. He's in heaven now. Whoever it is, okay, everybody that died that you liked, he's in heaven now.